She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but
we discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know.
Lexi, I told you about this.
I
just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
Hey my peoples, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a heavy one. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's going to be a heavy topic. You guys know that I occasionally love to do true crime stories on my YouTube channel. And today is the day for another true crime story. And this one is probably the worst that I've done in a very long time. It really affected me. And I want to give an FYI. If you are somebody who is squeamish or somebody who is sensitive or somebody who doesn't like anything that happens to be too harsh as far as graphics, I'm not going to show any graphics. However, I am going to be talking candidly about this case. So if you have a sensitive stomach or a sensitive spirit, it's okay. You can skip this video. I won't hold it against you. I'll see you in the next one. But for those who do want to talk about this story and who are interested in hearing more about this story in detail, I got you. I actually, like I said in my previous video, have been obsessed with police body cam videos, and this story is no different. There are hours and hours of video footage of this particular story that I'm going to be talking about, and no joke, I literally sat and watched about 4 to 5 hours of video this week just to prepare for this video for you guys. So your boy did the work. But before we get into the details of this video, I gotta pay some bills. So before we get started, here is a quick word from today's sponsor. Uh-oh, I know that look. Let me guess. Bloating, constipation, stomach cramps? I may have just the thing for you. Check it out. Colon Broom is a high fiber dietary supplement that uses the highest quality ingredients to support your gut and microbiome health. Add 1 scoop of fiber powder into an empty glass. Then add at least 8 ounces of cool water. Then stir away and drink immediately. You want to take this 30 minutes to 1 hour before your meal. So how does Colon Broom work exactly? Well, first, it activates the good fiber. It catches unwanted material. It creates a gut movement, and it helps to cleanse your colon. Head over to colonbroom.com to take the health quiz today. It's a great first step in figuring out your gut health needs. You can get Colon Broom's 6-month supply with up to 65% off. And of course, because I love you, I'm gonna hook you up even more. Use my code CHUCK10 at checkout to get an extra 10% off on top of the 65% off. But act fast while the stocks are still in supply. Make the choice now to say goodbye to discomfort forever. Alright, so let's get into this true crime story. And by the way, this story is still unfolding because it happened January 27th of this year. So it's still new, it's still unfolding as I make this video. So if any updates do come, trust and believe I will let you guys know. So how did this all start? Well, it started with a young woman by the name of Alexee Trevizo. Alexee goes by Lexi as well, and she is 19 years old. Now she was having some really uncomfortable abdominal pains on January 27th. So her mom decided to take her to the ER to find out what is going on. Why is my daughter in so much pain? This is not normal. What's happening? They get to the ER. The nurse checks her in. She gets into ER room number 1.
What was her chief complaint?
Chief complaint, if I remember. I think it was abdominal pain or flank pain, something like one of those two.
So you triaged her from, did you bring her in from the waiting room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you brought her in from the waiting room, took her in the treatment room, and then, you triaged her, you just got her chief complaint, did vitals?
Chief complaint, vitals. I believe the doc came in and kind of did a quick assessment in the triage room before we moved her back to a treatment room. Gave her some pain medication. She started feeling a little better, and then he said she needed to go have a bowel movement, and that's kind of when the whole thing happened.
Not long after taking the medications, Alexee decides that she needs to go to the bathroom. So she lets the nurse and the doctor know, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. I think I'm gonna have to do number 2. You know, I'm feeling it coming and I really need to go to the bathroom. Can I please go to the bathroom? So of course they say, go to the bathroom, and when you're done, we will continue our test. Now, due to the nature of her pains and not really knowing why it was happening, the doctor decided to give her a pregnancy test, a urine test and a blood test. This was just a cautionary type of test that she agreed to take. This is where things get really dark. So at approximately 1:38 a.m. is where you can see Lexi on surveillance rushing over to the bathroom after informing the doctor and the nurses that she had to go. Only 1 minute later at 1:39 a.m. you can see Lexi's mom, Rosa, heading over to the bathroom area to check on Lexi to see if she was okay. After a couple of seconds of speaking with Lexi, her mom then heads back to the ER room. 10 minutes later at 1:48 a.m., her mom Rosa heads back to the bathroom, unsure why her daughter is still in the bathroom. Again, only after 1 minute of speaking with Lexi, she then heads back over to the room, looking very concerned. At 1:53 a.m., you can see the doctor heading over towards the triage nurse to inquire if her patient is still in the bathroom. At 1:55, the doctor again heads over towards the triage nurse, who's standing by the bathroom door, inquiring again, why is Lexi still in the bathroom?
At some point I went and kind of checked on her, knocked on the door. After a while I started hearing, so I probably checked on her 2 to 3 times, I'm not exactly sure. And then I just kept hearing paper towel dispenser and flushing and like the water running. At
1:56 a.m., the staff decides to manually open the door themselves since Lexi has been in the bathroom for almost 30 minutes. Once the staff tells her that they're going to open the door themselves, she then surprises them by opening up the door, finally. To their surprise, they are unaware of what they're about to see. As Lexi exits the bathroom, they see what looks like a massacre. There is blood everywhere. Lexi, however, exits as if nothing ever happened. But what the nurses and doctors see is a bloodbath. They literally see blood everywhere. Blood on the walls, blood on the floor, blood on the toilet, blood everywhere.
Went into the restroom and I saw a large amount of blood.
Where?
And it was on the floor. It appeared to, like, she had tried to wipe it up in places.
And all I saw was like blood everywhere, like on the walls, on the toilet. It just looked like a horror film. The toilet's right here where you're at, and then the sink's right here. It was like up this way, blood splatter.
As the house cleaner was cleaning up the bathroom, that's when she discovered what looked like a baby inside a trash can. She called over one of the head nurses to confirm if what she was seeing was correct. And that's when the rest of the staff is alerted of what just happened in the bathroom. Frantically, they try to figure out what happened and what to do next, as it is confirmed that there is a baby in the wastebasket. The doctor is then alerted and frantically heads over towards the baby. She then decides to have the staff move the wastebasket and the baby over to the next room to further investigate if they can save this baby's life.
That's when I noticed the baby on the bottom of the trash can, just wrapped in the bag. Like she had it tight, like because it was the top was twisted.
Now, it was pretty evident at that point in time that the baby unfortunately did not make it because it wasn't moving. It looked purple, according to what many of the nurses were saying.
And could you tell if the baby was alive or
They did
passed?
not look alive.
It didn't look
They did
alive.
not look alive. It looked...
Because all I saw was black and purple, but once we picked it up, like the bag suctioned to his face.
That big, he had hair, and he was like purplish, but still not like pink. You know, I don't know how to describe it. You know, he was like, he wasn't bruised or nothing like that, and he was like purple, pink skin type color.
And it was just clear that any chance that this baby had was gone. At this point in time, at 2:38 a.m., the cops arrived after being alerted of what had happened. They were then briefed by the head nurse and the doctor.
So they started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood and shit everywhere. She was cleaning it up. Okay. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing a vaginal exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it. Okay. So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
So how I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going on. The mother, they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation?
Yeah. And I'll go in there.
Are you guys going? Yeah. Okay, let's go in right now and do this.
At this point in time, the doctor escorts both of the officers to Lexi's room to inform Lexi of what she already knows.
I'm sorry to share, but we discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this.
But it
I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
it was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it? Okay, stop right here.
I
Stop,
just put
stop.
it in-
Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
Now, this part of the video always raises a red flag for me. So the mom is informed that her daughter delivered a child in the bathroom and essentially unalived it. And her mom's response is, Lexi, I told you to tell me the truth, to tell me what happened. Why didn't you tell me the truth? That tells me that the mom knew that something was up. The mom must have known that her daughter potentially was pregnant all this time, and for whatever reason never talked about it or was confused about it. I don't know what the situation is, but what I do know is that if your first response is, I told you to tell me the truth, that alerts me that you probably already had an indication that your daughter was probably sexually active and probably was pregnant. So then my second question is, when your daughter went to the bathroom and you checked on her not once but twice because you were so concerned, why didn't you alert the doctors? Why didn't you say, hey guys, I'm not sure, but I think my daughter may be pregnant and I think that's why she's having these abdominal pains. Can you please check on her because I'm very worried and she's not telling me the truth. Something's up. But instead, her mom said nothing the entire night, only until she was confronted by the doctor over what her daughter did. That part always confuses me and just raises a huge red flag that possibly the mom already knew and didn't take it upon herself to protect her grandchild. Clearly, her daughter is unstable. So her first line of action, in my opinion, should have been, let me make sure that my daughter isn't going to do something crazy to my grandchild. So I'm going to tell the doctors what's happening since I'm in the ER, but she never did that. Reality sets in once Lexi realizes that she is in big trouble and that her innocent act is not going to work on the cops or the hospital staff.
Okay. So as of right now, like what I said is, we're going to have the detectives come over here and they're going to talk to you, okay? We have to gather some more information about what's going on. They'll get your statement. They're going to get the doctor's statements. They're going to get everybody's statements, okay? So I don't know everything yet, okay? So I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you nothing, honestly, okay? All I can tell you is,
not going to go to jail.
right now she
No.
right now she's being detained, so she's not going to leave from here at all. Period.
You know, one thing I've noticed from watching hours and hours of this body cam footage is that throughout the video, Lexi's seen crying and being hysterical, but not once did I ever actually see a real tear fall down from her face. Not once. And I think that trait runs in the family. I'm gonna show you guys some footage of the same night when Lexi's mom was in the waiting room with the boyfriend who got Lexi pregnant and the boyfriend's mother. And I want you to see just how unaffected Lexi's mom and the rest of that lot are about what just happened.
Hi, Rosa?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Is this your family?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Detective Gonzalez, our Chief of Police Department. So she's going to get treatment before we even talk to her because she needs to be stabilized. So that's why she didn't life let it out.
Okay.
With normal people that pass naturally at home, it takes a couple months for us to get reports back. Stuff like this, we'll get it back pretty soon.
Okay.
And you'd be grandmother?
I'm mom.
So you'd be
I'm
the
her mom.
you'd be the decedent's grandmother.
Yes.
Did you guys catch that? The cop asked her if she was the grandma, you know, of the deceased grandbaby, and she immediately says, no, I'm the mom, talking about her daughter. Then the cop has to remind her, no, I'm talking about the deceased baby. You're the grandmother of that child, right? And she says, oh yeah. Like, no emotions, almost as if she forgot about the baby that died. She only cares about Lexi and what's gonna happen to Lexi, and doesn't seem to have a care in the world over the grandbaby that your daughter just murdered in the ER bathroom. And if you notice, the woman sitting at the right with the orange sweater is the boyfriend's mom, and next to her is the boyfriend, and they seem just as unfazed.
Would y'all mind talking to me later when y'all are okay?
Yeah, I was with her. I know she talked to him for a while on the phone, and then she came to me, so I've been with her the rest of the time.
Sure, officer, you can talk to me. I'm fine. I'm unfazed. I mean, it's not as if my grandbaby was just killed.
So, not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay.
Yes. No, we get it. We get
Sometimes
it.
It happens.
In case you missed it, yeah, Her mom and the boyfriend's mom laughed when the detective asked if the boy was the father of her child, the dead child. They laughed. And sadly, this demeanor just continued on and on after every video that I saw of this woman. Here's her mother speaking to police officers just days after the incident at the ER. Hear what she says.
Will it be you guys tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, I told him at 10 o'clock you could come over.
Okay.
Okay? You and your CYFD person?
Yes.
I'm better. It's
Okay.
just her, but you know.
So have
Oh, it's so good to know that you're doing better, even though the officer never actually asked you how you were doing. By the way, did you ever ask how the baby was doing? You know, after you found out that your daughter delivered a baby in the ER bathroom? Yeah, never did.
what do you
Did
think
you
about?
hear about like HIPAA was broke and there's like a whole
How?
bunch of rumors out? Some
I heard there was
nurses,
rumors through
yeah.
the high school.
Yeah, I had teachers message me and everything. So.
Really? So everyone already knows me.
Yeah. That's a bad thing about a small town.
Yeah, that is the best thing about a small town.
Again, Rose just seems to be more concerned with chatter and small town rumors than the fact that her daughter murdered her grandchild. Listen to the charge nurse describe the demeanor of Lexee and her mom that night.
I was really surprised not one person asked me about the baby. If it was alive, if it was dead, if it was a boy, if it was a girl, no one asked me anything. Not even, she didn't even ask. No, she didn't ask. The only thing she started doing was crying and started talking about she didn't know what to do. Not one. I've never seen in my, I've delivered multiple babies and I've seen multiple miscarriages and I've never seen a reaction like that. And I don't even know what to say about that. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
How would you describe the reaction?
I think there was no emotion except for herself.
So a couple of months later in May, officers decided to arrest Lexee for homicide after doing a full investigation. And to no shock, just watch how the mother responds to the officers and also how she talks about the hospital staff that found her unalived grandbaby.
This is my house. I have a right to see the warrant.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We don't have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, can we see the warrant?
Is she really going to play dumb and act as though she doesn't know why there's a warrant out for her daughter's arrest?
Okay, so what is she under arrest for?
Yep, she literally is playing dumb, asking, why is she being arrested? What's this for? What's this about?
She's over 18. She's got to talk to her.
I understand that,
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She has a warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
She's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
And we'll tell you that. But we
Okay, then let me know now.
So were you not at the hospital when the doctor told you and your daughter that your daughter delivered a child in the bathroom and then killed the child? Were you not there? Oh, that's right. You were busy giggling and downplaying the entire event in the ER waiting room. I forgot.
For what?
Are you okay with telling me?
Tell me.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yes.
At the hospital?
Yes, when your daughter was in the bathroom for over 35 minutes, wiping away blood and then hiding her dead baby in a wastebasket, that would have been tampering with evidence.
You bet when this is over, I'm coming for the police department and the hospital.
Yes.
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
She's coming for the police department and the hospital. You heard her right. And unfortunately, she wasn't bluffing. Because according to her lawyer, they're trying to state that Lexee only gave birth because the hospital was negligent.
The story of Alexee Trevizo is incredibly disturbing. The 19-year-old high school senior gave birth to her son in January in the bathroom of a hospital emergency room. Police say she suffocated the newborn and then hid his body in a trash can underneath a trash bag. Her lawyer, Gary Mitchell, told thedailymail.com that he has filed a notice of intent to sue the hospital, claiming Trevizo was given a number of drugs that caused the baby to stop breathing. This is what Gary Mitchell told Law and Crime in an interview recently.
She had worked out that day on the cheer team for almost 4 hours, or a little over 4 hours, from 2:30 to 7. And then was dehydrated from that. So trying to get a UA was a bit difficult, but when you do a blood test, which they took, it will also tell you whether or not you're pregnant. And it did. And that happened at 50 minutes after midnight. And she went to the hospital thinking that she was suffering from low back pain and severe abdominal pain. And went there and indicated on a pain scale of 1 to 10 that she was at a 10. But not a single one of them told her that she was pregnant. Not a single one of them told her that we need to examine you. This is a classic instance. The female feels the need to go to the restroom. Maybe we better check and make sure she's not delivering a baby.
So at this point in time, it's going to come down to the timeline. So her lawyer is stating that the hospital knew that she was pregnant after giving her the pregnancy test, and they still allowed her to go to the bathroom. They still allowed her to potentially harm her child, harm herself, without telling her that she actually was pregnant. Now, here's the problem. Technically, the lawyer actually is correct because the doctor and the nurses did receive the results of Alexee's pregnancy test, and it did show that she was positive prior to her going into the bathroom. Again, here's what the triage nurse said regarding when they gave Alexee the pregnancy test and when they found out that she was pregnant.
Behind the commode, the toilet. And so I said, you know, you okay? What happened? And she said, I'm on my period, what she said. And she walked out. And then I went in, because at this point we had already received the positive pregnancy lab test.
When was that?
I couldn't tell you the exact time, but I know prior to that, we got a positive pregnancy test on her.
Okay, prior to the bowel movement, did you tell her that y'all got a positive?
No, the doc hadn't been in there to tell her yet.
Okay, so, okay.
The problem, though, was that the doctor hadn't had a chance to actually speak with Alexee because she went to the bathroom first and then realized that Alexee wasn't in the room, and she had to wait for her to come out of the bathroom to give her the results. But I don't know if you can fault the hospital for that and say, well, the hospital should have known that this girl was going to kill her baby. The problem is you're putting the onus on the hospital as if they were supposed to know that this girl was mentally unstable and was going to try to harm her baby or herself while in the bathroom. Now, granted, they definitely were concerned when she was in the bathroom for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and they got really concerned, but you can't really say or put that on the hospital and say they should have known, because at the end of the day, she had just entered the ER. They just met her. They did not know her case. They did not know her situation, and they assumed that most normal people, when they're pregnant, are not going to try to deliver the baby and kill the baby in the ER bathroom. Now, as far as the medication, now Alexee did receive medication for her extreme pain in her abdomen before they did the pregnancy test. So there could be an argument there that the hospital was negligent because they gave her medication without first confirming if she was pregnant or not, and possibly those medications could have induced her labor. But even if, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say that the hospital's medications that they gave her did induce her labor. Let's say that, right? Alexee still decided to allow her baby to die in the bathroom. See, once she delivered the baby, she could have easily called out for a nurse, called out for a doctor, said, somebody help me. I just gave birth to a child. I didn't know I was pregnant. But instead, she chose to suffocate the baby and then place the baby inside a trash can and hide it. That shows intent.
So I walk into the trauma 2 room, and sure enough, the baby's on the gurney where he had placed the baby, lifeless.
Now, this is the house supervisor speaking about what happened that night that Alexee was in the ER. And what she says is so important because whether or not the baby was born breathing or not is going to determine if Alexee is actually a murderer or not.
Because every nurse by that time had been telling me that this patient had been kind of changing up little bits and pieces of her story while she was in the presence of her mom, I guess. So when I said, okay, I'll try to, get the truth out of her, then Cindy was like, well, whether you have to ask the mother to leave the room, but we need to know. So I said, so, right now it's very important that you're very honest and truthful with me. I said, and it was just she and I in the room. And
Mom wasn't there?
Mom was not there.
Okay.
And I said, did your baby take at least one breath when it first happened? Did it take at least one breath, or was it not breathing? So I've been having this bad abdominal pain, she said, and we came here to the ER, and when they brought me back here to this room, I felt like I needed to go poop. She said, and I asked if I could go to the bathroom. She said, and so when they said, yeah, that I could go to the bathroom, she said, when I sat on the toilet, she said it just all fell out. And she said, but when I had it in my arms, it wasn't breathing, it wasn't moving. She said, so he wasn't moving, he wasn't breathing. So I just placed him in there.
So according to Alexee, the baby was stillborn. However, the autopsy results show something entirely different.
Cause of death, entrapment. I've never seen that before. Been doing this for many years, but I've never seen that before. Manner of death, homicide. What do those words mean to you, Dr. Dupree?
Well, the entrapment is, as you would expect, it means that the baby was in a position that they were trapped and couldn't get out. So in the trash can, and most likely suffocated because they were entrapped.
Live born male newborn. Aerated lungs. Air in stomach, no decomposition.
Air in the stomach indicates that this baby was alive at birth. It's as simple as that.
The lack of maceration tells us that the baby was not dead in utero. So we really have all indications here that it was a live birth.
I have no doubt in my mind that Alexee Trevizo is 110% a murderer. She intended to kill her child. It's as simple as that. Now one may ask, why in the world would you go to an ER to commit this murder? It's foolish, it's dumb, and I agree. But you also have to remember that Alexee is a 19-year-old, a very impulsive 19-year-old. However, by law, she is still an adult, and therefore she will be tried as an adult. Rest in peace to her beautiful baby, who unfortunately never had a chance.
To do what she did and with no emotion. I've never seen anything like it. But she gave me no chance to save that baby. I had no chance. And that's not what I do. My job is to save lives. And I had no chance on that baby. She gave me no chance.
Guys, like I said, this story is still unfolding in real time. So I'm sure there's going to be more updates to come. And when they do, trust and believe I will give you guys all of the information that is needed. My heart really breaks. I mean, I've been following up on this story, watching all of the body cam footage, spending hours upon hours just researching the story. And it just made my heart so heavy. You know, like that poor baby never had a chance. Never had a chance. I just don't understand how anybody could be such a monster to take the life of an innocent child. For what? But hopefully justice will be served and she will be in prison for a very long time. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this story. And also let me know in the comments down below, do you like me doing true crime, docu-series, commentary type of videos? And that's a long title. But let me know if you guys enjoy this type of content, because I enjoy making it, but I want to make sure you guys actually enjoy watching it as well. Of course, I'm still gonna do my political commentary and my social commentary. That's my thing. But I also am a crime junkie, so I love investigating stories and also giving you guys all the information and all of the details. So if you like this, let me know so I know to keep making videos just like this for you guys. Of course, if you enjoy my content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. You can also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram under CurlyBoyChuck, where I am constantly posting content and getting canceled like every other day. If you guys want to donate to my channel, I'm going to have a link to my PayPal as well as to my Cash App. All money will be going back into this channel. Until next time, peace.